This guy here. All right, all right. You know exactly what time it is. And if you are scrolling, you need to stop scrolling right now because the show is already starting. And as you saw the advertising, you saw everything on Facebook, who we was going to have here today. Today we have the honor and the privilege to have the man himself. Let me go ahead and put the double screen here. Um, Best wash guy is in the house. So we're going to learn a lot about the business. And as you know, man, when I started this channel, I had one thing in mind. Everybody who's actually come to this channel is to actually express the art of entrepreneurship. Or I actually do bring other people into the channel as well as, they have a career and people are, have interest in this career. But you in particular, Sajay, before we get started and unwrap everything we're going to unwrap today, tell people a little bit about yourself when it comes to your background. Talk to us, man.
My background, man, it's not far fetched. I'm sure everybody knows I'm from Haiti. So I was born in Haiti. I came into the U.S. 1997, December 7th. I think 2 days later was my birthday. So that's how I remember that. I remember that vividly. But yeah, I'm 30 years old now, man. So before before I came, to the US, it's also when I also want to come. And then when I got here, I'm like, you know what? Life instantly when I got here, life was better. Instantly, bro. Life was better.
It's all about the American dream. Most people who was born in this country doesn't know, but I'm not gonna go over that yet, because we're going to talk about the American dream further down. But now you from Haiti back in 1997. Talk to us. You say it was better. What was life was in Haiti compared to it when you actually come here in the U.S.?
Well, bro, when I was young, bro, I mean, Haiti, you grow up fast.
Yeah.
That's one thing about Haiti. You grow up fast, believe it or not. Everything you grow up fast. So I didn't notice it till I get here. I started wondering, a lot of things was not what my meal going, what am I gonna eat today? It's when is my next meal going to come?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was young, so I know we were poor. I know we were poor. So my mom wouldn't make it noticeable, so I wouldn't know we were starving. It's when I got here, I'm like, dang, we were really starving. Like we wasn't doing that great. I'm like, okay. Just now I'm experiencing it. You're like, you know what? We would go certain days and not eat certain food. I'm like, okay, that's why we eat chicken every day. But you gonna hate it, chicken's running around everywhere. So basically, the lifestyle, bro, from being from here to now, it was very different because a lot of things you didn't know when it was gonna come. You know,
Mm-hmm.
as here, it's everything's right within reach. You
Yep.
can make an opportunity. There's way more opportunity to make something. Where in Haiti, there's very very minimal. It's not structured properly. So opportunities are not there for you.
Mm-hmm. You got. Hey, I'm glad you said that, man. Before we even go through the your whole career, what you have going on in business. I'm from Haiti is what everybody know who Papa Goat is. He's from Haiti, and I'm a chaser of this American dream. I love America. I always say this. But what you say has a good point. I even remember back in Haiti where sometimes we don't know what we were going to eat. But coming here, having a fridge, well, I had a fridge in Haiti, but having a fridge that's full of food, it makes a big difference. But if I'm talking to my son right now, my daughter who's they very young, and I'm trying to explain to them that they probably won't even understand. And nor do I want them to understand yet, but I do understand where you're coming from. So anyway, now we're gonna be talking about what is it you used to do? Because right now everybody know you own a business, you run a business, but before you become the best wash guys, tell people exactly what you used to do for work and what was work like for you.
I used to work at Publix warehouse as an order selector. My first, I want to say first maybe 2.5 years there, man, was like, oh man, I'm in heaven. Best job ever. The pay was great. Free lunch. We had a cafeteria. Free lunch. I knew a guy that used to come his day off just to eat.
Oh,
Just to eat, man. And I'm like, I would come my days off when they were serving breakfast on certain days, because it was good. So my first 2.5 years there, man, it was great, man. basically being an order select at Publix warehouse is you get paid based on time. So
Mm-hmm.
at that time, one of my best friends, he was working. He said, "Hey man, you should come work there, man." And basically, the faster you go, the more money you make. I'm like, man, I hate you. My uncle who's Cuban. I call him my uncle because he's with my auntie, so I call him uncle. He's Cuban. Shout out to Pablo. And he was like, he used to work there. He's like, yeah, shout, you got to get in there, man. And I remember this guy talking about they're bringing home 1,500 a week, 1,900 a week. So that's what I used to do. Warehouse, man. I was like a warehouse dog. Before I was a retail guy, but then I was at Publix for 4 years working warehouse. Long hours. Imagine working out, heavy lifting for 8, 10, 12 hours a day. When I came in, it was brutal. So that's what I used to do, bro.
Hey, I can say I maybe can relate because I used to work in restaurant and sometimes well every once in a blue when I go to the warehouse and I witness the type of work these people are doing with the forklift and when the delivery comes we have to get it from the truck bring to the freezer to the cooler, so I'm very familiar with the hard work, man. So now why do I always ask those questions in a particular way? It's simply because there are people out there, they know they want to do better. They know they can do better. However, they let work stay in a mindset like they cannot leave. So I know right now you're a full-time entrepreneur. You managed to actually leave work. So tell us exactly about what was that like, leaving work, having to like, working a 9 to 5 and then starting your business. Tell us some of the challenges you faced.
Oh man, the biggest challenge I would say, bro, having time to reset.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because my late brother-in-law, my brother, I love him to death, man. He always tell me there's a positive in every situation. So now he's almost brainwashed me to where anytime something goes wrong, I don't see any bad. I don't see any wrong, any bad situation. I'll find a positive in it.
Mm.
So, but the wrong for me, the negative part was I had no time to reset, bro, because working at that warehouse, man, it was to where the hours were getting longer and longer. And it's not like, to where I was a forklift, a motor driver or a forklift guy. Imagine a football field. The hours were probably, yeah, as long as a football field was the hours. And you had about, I want to say maybe 15 hours. You go up and down. And all you're doing is going up and down the ride, picking, lifting. You work 4 hours. If you want to go home early because because you're going to beat the time, you work through your breaks. You work 4 hours, get a lunch, and after your lunch, depending on how bad the night is, you're working probably from 8, till 2 in the morning. Now, not to brag, I was one of the top 3 guys there. I said top 2. The other guy he couldn't touch me. He was top 2, like I said. So my nights would be so hot night where you know what? At midnight, I gotta be home. No matter what the minutes was, the workload, could me and my buddy was just that fast. It's like, hey man, midnight not gonna touch us. Sometimes we'll leave at 11:30, man. 11 guys there till 4, 5 in the morning. So the thing was, when I first got my mindset, got my mind, I was really gonna do the business. I bought everything. I was trying to get it going. The nights were getting longer, bro, and my body was breaking down, and I couldn't do it anymore. So now I had to stay there longer because I couldn't pull the highest percentage, be as fast and efficient anymore. So I was being stuck there till 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and then I want to get home and get sleep. I'm like, I gotta be up by 9 o'clock so I can, reset my body, get rest,
Mm-hmm.
and get in the morning, go get something going, go put out, go talk to a few people, go get, see how I can upgrade my equipment, go door to door, stuff like that. But the thing is, bro, from such hard labor, I couldn't reset. So I was waking up at 11, but then when I wake up at 11, I'll still be tired. So I'll stay in bed a little longer. By the time I know it, bro, it's 1 o'clock. And I like to get to work at least 1 hour, hour and a half early. Everybody knew that when I get to at least an hour and a half early. So I'm leaving my house around 2. So I had no time to do
Man.
anything. So I had no time to reset. That was one of the most challenging, bro. And that's not why I left, though. That's not the main reason why I actually left. But that was the
Okay.
hard challenge for me, bro.
That was the hardest part. So tell us about the transition because now here you are, best wash guy. People know you around the community and it's just getting bigger and bigger. And I know where you're going with that brand because we actually had a chance to talk about your future, which people are going to know very soon. But you starting best wash guy, to anybody who's actually out there who's actually going through a transition of leaving a job to open their own business, What can you tell them right now in a couple words before we move forward?
I have these quotes I keep with me. From my brother-in-law, one of my mentor, my boy actually, I call him my mentor. I write all these quotes down. I write in my mind. I got this one from this guy named Bob Segovia back when I was a general manager for New Balance in Las Vegas. And first time I ever heard it from him, so I'm gonna give him the credit. My advice is plan your work, work your plan. Simple as that.
That's it. That's
Plan
it.
your work, work your plan. So if you wrote down that, you know what, if somebody say, hey man, you know what, I have $1 million down the street, but you know what, to get there, you need to go straight, do two left, three rights, make a U-turn, then go straight. That's basically that's the blueprint. That's basically saying, you know, if you follow these steps, you're gonna get there. Now, what you won't understand is along those, that road, there's hiccups, speed bumps,
Yep.
traffic stop, construction. But you know what? As long as you can get through there, or you can find a way to get there, you're gonna get to where you go. So like I said, plan your work, plan your work. I mean, plan your work, work your plan, bro. Simple as that, bro.
It's
I
simple.
mean, and you gotta have a strong mental, bro, and have the right person around you, the
Have the
right
right
people.
people around you. That's a big one.
And the funny thing about it too, here's the funny thing. I want to say 9 out of 10 people around me were the wrong people. It was
Mm.
really one guy, and I put my family, but I won't really call my family. Family's family. My family's different. We love each other. I love my sister. I got 4 sisters. Everybody know I love my sisters, man. So really, I'll say 9 out of 10. And a few guys, when everything was going on, they spoke to me, but really, most of the guys around me, it wasn't really giving me that kind of encouragement. But
Mm.
I have a strong mental, so I was never really worried about that. I have a very strong mental, so if for the not only, I don't want to bring anybody down. Say, hey, if you're weak, it's really, if you don't have that right mental, man, you're really not gonna pull through or even go through, really.
That's true. And what actually a lot of people don't understand is the when you decide to share your dreams, you go with your surrounding, especially from work or maybe your close buddies from high school, from middle school. If they don't see the vision, if they don't have that, a lot of time it can be very discouraging. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Thanks for sharing that with us. So tell us, man. So now you make your own schedule, you your own boss, you decide what you do. Tell us what business is like for you today.
Today, or just in
Well, in
general.
general, in general.
In general, man, for me, I don't want to call myself lazy, but I like my free time, man. So in general, bro, I keep myself to where I only work 3 days a week. Sometimes even twice if I think where it works within my favor. I work just two days a week. Now, if it comes to where certain customers, certain jobs, requires me to be there, the next day or the day, a certain day, then I'll push it. But for me, a regular day for me, bro, I work. I want to say I do full work probably 4 days out the week. 4 days out the week, I do 2 days where I go out and do my marketing, advertising, and then the other 2 days where I book work, my appointments and stuff like that. So the days that I do advertising and marketing, bro, I'm probably out for about maybe 5 hours,
Mm.
and I wake up when I feel like it. So I'm not an early person. I can be. I want to be. I can be definitely, but honestly, man, I don't leave the house sometimes till like 11. So I don't have a set time. If I wake up say like around 8. Now I have a daughter, newborn. She's 2 months. I'll sit around, play with her. She's only 2 months. So I have this thing where I sit on my life, on my phones, and now because I day trade on stocks,
Mhm.
so I'll talk to her. Hey, we should buy this one. So I'll trade stocks for a little bit, walk around the house. When I feel like okay, I'm 100% gonna go out today. I go. If I do, I just stay home. I just stay home, literally. But when I'm 100%, I'm gonna leave the house. So then I go out. I go out and if I had a few estimates I had to do, I get those going. I do my own. I do my own marketing, bro. Honestly, everything is really organic. So because when I first started, the funny thing when I first started, I couldn't afford really because I spent so much money on my equipment and I couldn't afford to do pay for marketing, which I still don't. The funny thing is, I learned things so much the hard way. Now I'm comfortable with it. I'm like, why am I gonna pay somebody to run my own ad when I could just do it myself? Why pay
Mm.
myself? So now I do things myself, bro. So there you have it. Like
That's
normal
pretty
day for
cool.
me.
That's really cool. You
whenever
know,
whenever I'm feeling comfortable to leave the house, that's when I
that's when
leave.
you leave the house.
That's
That's
when I
pretty
leave.
cool.
It
And
might be
I'm
2 p.m.
I'm gonna share this with people as you say that too. Okay, so it's a blessing, but in the same mindset, if you because you have to understand Saget, he said what? Hey, I have a strong mindset. So you being an entrepreneur, it's a blessing and it could be a curse because the reason he's leaving the house at 11 or at 2 o'clock, or if you want to leave or not, is because he know his strategy on how his marketing is doing and how much client he already has waiting for this week. So when you plan your day like that as an entrepreneur, this is the beautiful thing. You can actually stay home with your daughter when you want. Make sense? So I mean, a lot of people ask me, "Hey James, what is the most important like thing for you when it comes to you being, I think, going on 4 years now, full time entrepreneur?" I said, "It's the freedom. It's the freedom." So um I can wake up, my day's already pre-planned. I know what time I'm leaving the house. If I decide to stay with my kids, I'll probably make some adjustment, just so I can take my kids to ice cream, because you cannot take this time back, and when you have a 9 to 5, it's very very difficult to make these things happen. So anyway, now walk us in a very very busy day, like on your day, say you pack of appointment today. What
Mhm.
does that day look like? What time you wake up, and what does your route look like? What do you say to the client? What kind of conversation you have? Because you are and also in detail, tell people exactly what you do when you for your clients.
Um, well, the thing is, I not say freestyle. So a normal day for me when I need to go out. So you know what, I have a quarter this month where I'm approaching the end of the month and I'm not meeting my numbers or whatnot. Or even if I just say, you know what, something's coming up, I want to spend, I want to buy something or anything. So normal day for me, bro, I leave the house no later than 7 a.m. No later than this because like I said, I have Kobe was my favorite player. So I've heard Kobe said when you know when you need to score, you need to get your team a point. You gotta turn that switch on. So my switch comes on for the day before I woke up at 2. I left bed 2 p.m. The next day I'm coming out 6 a.m. I'm ready dressed. 7 a.m. I'm out. So a day for me like we would say, well, I go out and put out door hangers. Like I said, I do everything myself. Now I can easily hire somebody to do it, but my thing is, how do I know I give you 400 door hangers, you just throw them in the trash can and you say, hey, I'm done. Because a buddy of mine had that experience, because he had that experience. He was paying a guy, this girl to do his door hangers, and then that's what happened one day. He noticed it like all of them pile up in the car. So a busy day for me, bro. Really, I go out if I have estimates lined up. Those are my first most prioritized things to do. So
Mm.
then from there on, then I will go out and as I'm putting out door hangers. One thing I thought myself, bro, is to be very, 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 very affinity friendly. When I say friendly, so now I've gotten so good at it now. When I go out on a busy day, when I go out putting out door hangers, going to local businesses, trying to get contracts. I don't have much commercial contract. I barely have. I want to say I have none. I have one, and it's not, and they're not. The communication with them is not as great, but I'm fine because I do well, and I prefer residential because the thing what people don't know is residential. It pays more because with commercial, it's who can do it for the cheapest. It's who's gonna bid the lowest. So when I go out, bro, like I said, being very, very friendly. So now when I go out, if I'm putting door hanger as I'm walking and I see you across the street, walking out, run over, not even run out, I rush to you and I just start a conversation, being
Hmm.
friendly. I say, what, I'm dressed properly, I'm not doing anything wrong. So I would literally put myself, hey, I'm Saget best watch, guys, pressure washing, da 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 da, I'll point out some a mole spot, dirty driveway. I just, mention the services, and mention how we rated on Google. We rated 5 stars on Google, and all my
That's what's up.
Google reviews. All honest, I've done hundreds of jobs, but you might see only 40 or 50 reviews because I'm a big believer in God. I don't feel like I don't want to bring any bad comments to my business by doing fake Google reviews.
Mm.
So a business day for me, like I said, just to get back on that is really going out putting out door hangers, man, and doing estimates, and really anybody that I come across that day I'm out, I'm basically working. I'm on the clock myself. So it's business. So if I didn't know you, man, I'm modern about I'm talking. I'll bring a conversation of what I do. If you need any pressurized service or anything like that, so I'll bring it up to you. And next thing you know, we'll probably exchange cards or we'll just talk about something or anything comes up. But I guarantee you, bro, now I get cocky because now I get good at it. Because the other day I went out, I told my fiance, hey, I'm gonna go out. She said, you haven't been going out marketing and putting that door. I said, yeah. I said, things been coming up pretty good. He said, you should do it. So I got out, bro. I was out for maybe at 2 hours. I was supposed to go marketing. Sometimes I put myself down, but I went and got barbecue. I got soul food. And I said, let me just drive to this neighborhood to see if I can find a good spot to put our door hangers. And as I was walking, I said, this is good somebody. Let me just talk to them. So I went and I spoke to her probably 5 minutes and I offered my service right there and then. Not to brag, I offered my service to do pavement sealing for $9.75. So really, it took me probably about 5 minutes to close the deal.
Wow.
But my turn was I was driving around, went and got barbecue food, food, and I said, you know what, let me get down to business. I said, you can do this. I needed to make a tough, like Kobe was a tough shot. I didn't want to come back empty-handed for myself
Mm-hmm.
personally. So then, I saw her. I probably put out maybe 2 door hangers, and I spoke. I said, I'm done for the day. I went back home. So that's what a typical day is for me, bro. It's nothing spectacular, man. It's just that I go out and try to obtain jobs, man. And throughout the way, I get referrals. Somebody might notice me. A friend might say, "Hey, Brastase, can you go? My buddy needs this." So people, I have some pretty good friends around me, bro. Friends and business partners. Not partners, but business. Friends like you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Because once you do business, when you start to do business, is your circle. Like this is what I see, and tell me if I'm wrong. When you start to do business, you're going to experience two things. People who was close to you that know the normal Saget. Let's just say you was the guy. Hey, I'm partying every Saturday. And every Monday I gotta go do my 9 to 5. So those guys, not to talk bad about them, but eventually they start to separate from you a little bit. These guys.
Oh,
This
they
is
did.
typically what happened, right? And
They
then
did.
now, as you're getting into business, before you find those people who really connect with you and business, you feel lonely for a second, simply because you feel like you're on your own in the process. And then after you actually jump and you start doing what you need to do, then different people like, start coming to your circle, and then they add value to your circle.
Oh, definitely, man. To jump back off that, I don't deal with I don't believe in depression. I mean, yeah, I feel like as a man, I feel like you're supposed to be bold all aggressive all the time. So when I was leaving, this is the funny thing. When I was done from pubs, I was leaving. I first started the business. Um, the guys that I consider friend,
Mhm.
but and I don't care. I'm like, it's a job, bro. Like I said, I had friends before I got it to this job. I was 26 when I first started. I'm like, hey, I left when I was 29. I said, hey, I've lived for 29 years. I had friends before I came here, so I had to psych myself. Hey, don't worry about that stuff. That's little stuff, bro. So those guys who I thought were friends, bro. Oh man, he thinks he's better than us because he started his own business. And I'm like, no, bro. I just realized I had goals in life. Like I had goals before I reached 30. This I want to say I'm blessed and thankful to God. I've reached all my goals that I wanted to before I turned 30, bro.
That's
And that
what's
was
up.
this. Because I remember last year when you had mentioned that you had 6-figure income. I'm like, damn. I said my boy. I said, God, that's my boy doing it. So mind you, Publix paid me great. I would say I was making between 55, 60K a year. Could have made more, but I had to overwork myself. So one of my goals was, I'm gonna go back to the subject about people separating.
Hmm.
One of my goals was most of my goals was before I turned 30 or at 30 was have my first kid. Of course, being married, but I'm engaged, so it's the same thing. I'm engaged. So getting married, I just have to go to the courthouse and get the paper signed. So that's easy because the ring's already bought. So have my first kid, getting married, buying my home, but putting 20% down on the house.
That's
So,
big.
and at that time, with the jobs that I've had, I'm like, bro, 20%. And I wanted a nice house. I said, you know what? I need a good, decent size house. I'm like, even if with the price of the market, I'm like, even if I get a house for 300K, 350, 400, I'm like, wow, I'm like 20% of 300, that's 60K. So it was to me, I knew I wanted it. I knew I had to go get it, but I didn't think it could be done. And my job that I used to work at, it wasn't. I had to be really frugal, and I'm not that kind of guy, bro. So that was one of my goals. So I actually obtained all those goals, bro. Was have my first kid before I'm 30. I mean, in my 30s, being married, you could say, but engaged. I just gotta go to the
Mm-hmm.
courthouse, getting my first home, which is it's new construction, so it'll be done in the next month or so. First week of September, and putting down 20%, which actually ended up putting more than 20% down. So those things was all established through Best Watch guys. Created the
Mm.
opportunity from having more time,
Wow.
more free time, really, and making more. I mean, working less but making way more.
That's what's up. And that let me tell you, man, if I had a quarter for every time somebody would say something but they don't come through, I'll probably be a multi-billionaire right now. But you think about it. You set these goals
Mhm.
and look at this. You got your baby, you got your lady, and you got the crib. And you put more than 20% down. So that means it's not even a 30-year FHA. It's a conventional, baby. Like, that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying, right? That's like, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So for those of you who's out there, man, like, this country provides so many opportunities where if you beat yourself up just because you stay in a 9 to 5, it's on you. Now, I always say this. I'm not talking bad about people who have 9 to 5. That's not the whole point. But however, if you feel like you deserve better and you can do better, then it's on you to go out there and make it happen. And like, you know what I find out is those people who are successful, they actually want to show anybody who wants to learn. It's crazy.
Exactly.
It's crazy. Like,
Bro, a lot of my buddies, okay, a few friends I know, they started pressure washing right after I started. They hit me up,
mhm.
and then my fiance like, "Babe, why you tell?" I said, "Hey, I don't mind." I remember the struggles that I went through when I first started. I was looking around like this, looking for anybody to help me, give me advice, how to market, how to advertise, and I wasn't really finding it. So Google and YouTube has been my best friend. A lot of things, and a few guys I've spoken to, few guys that more of the older guys, my previous guys, the older guys who experienced it, not the younger guys.
Mhm.
They were giving me encouragement. Yeah, man, you're gonna do great, bro. Do this, try that. And I was trying what they said, and honestly, it worked. So now some of my buddies that started pressure washing, they hit me up, asked me for advice. I tell them everything I know. I said at the end of the day, bro. I say, what are the odds one day I'm driving, me and him cross path? And if it is, and if I do, I honk the horn. Yo, what's up? I said, do you know how many houses are I had to wash? I said, at the end of the day, I'm not bashing them, but when customers look, when you're gonna look, okay, a better job. This guy, oh, okay, best wash guys. Oh, this guy. So I feel like if I help out people, bro, in that term, I will only receive more from God. I
That's
will only
it.
receive more from my labor because going back to but my friend, also I call my mentor, my buddy Allen. Um, that's who basically mentored me, and really, mold my mind of getting things going. And it all started off at the gym. We were working out at the gym. I'm gonna go off topic real quick.
Mhm.
We're working out at the gym, and here's the funny thing: for a year straight, we're working out. And one day I'm working out. I'm hyped. I said, I'm at public stuff. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm thinking to myself now, not thinking out loud. I'm like, yeah. I said, man, it's gonna be a good week, man. I'm gonna work overtime. I'm getting a $2,000 check. Then out of nowhere, he blurted out like he walking around. And he's a business owner. He's like, yeah, I said, bro, I thought I'm gonna do. I said, what? I said, I'm gonna do it. He said, yeah, bro. He said, bro. He said, I need to find a way, bro. I'm gonna make 25,000. I said, what? 25,000 by Friday. I said, 25,000 by Friday. I said, wow, we got two different problems. I said, whoa, you aiming for 25. I said, even if you miss, you might land at 17, 13. I said, I'm going for 2,000. Mind you, this guy, he's a mastermind. He does not out there in the field like that with his business. His brain does all the work. He owns a dealership and restoration. And like two more other businesses, but he knows he balances everything well. And I'm like, wow. I said, I gotta go, not slave. I gotta go break my back for about 60, 70 hours to get this $2,000 I'm talking about. You know, and I'm gonna be taxed heavily. And then this guy right here is talking about, man, he's going for 25K. I said, wow, okay. I said, okay, cool. Most guys, most young guys, they'll have a sense of hate. I said, I'm different. My daddy taught me always. My dad said, jealousy is not a man trait.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything, I'm like, damn. So I'm pushing. I'm going to work, pushing for my 2K. I'm like, hope my boy get it. I fell short. I got lazy. I said I got tired, man. So I don't even think I even made it. I was aiming for like 70 hours. I don't even think I even hit 35 hours. So that really pushed me, man. I said, you know what, man? Every day I'm working out with him. I'm rushing to get to work, but he just
Chill. Just
on his phone. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the office today. Yeah, he said, I'm gonna go to the office today, man. My boy wanted this car. I'm gonna get this car, flip it. I'm like, wow. I'm like, oh, okay. So it motivated him, like, wow, this guy has nowhere to go right now. He has nowhere to go. It's like he's homeless. He has nowhere to go, but he has. That's how much of free time he's his body language showed.
that.
I'm like, I want that. I'm like, I want that, man. I want that. So, and he even told me one time, he like, Saget, man, because I was working out. I was working out with him because he wanted me to train with him, and I was going to the warehouse and killing myself. He's like, Saget, bro, I gotta get you at that warehouse, bro. You gotta do something, bro. You gotta do something. You gotta get out. And I'm like, wow. So I thank him till this day, bro. Believe it. He don't want the free say, bro. You did all the work. I said, yeah, but if I hadn't work right around you for about a year, I would have still been at the warehouse, bro.
Mm.
On cases.
Mm.
So
That's why it's always good to have the conversation with the right people. And some people on your circle will always believe you. I have people before I become an entrepreneur that actually believed in me, you know. And I had people who was a little skeptical about me being an entrepreneur, but it's simply coming from a good spot because they don't want to see me, struggle. That makes sense. But it's good to have people like your boy Alan, who actually motivate you to be somewhat of who you are today, man. So now we're gonna transition a little bit to day trade. So you actually do day trading, meaning that okay, yes, you have a full operating business, but yet you still trade during the day. What got you into day trading?
um well, I knew about stocks for a while. People always say, yo, teach me stocks. It's really not that hard. So when you tell them, hey, just do your research, do Google, they always feel like there's something you're not telling them. I can honestly say nobody really taught me, bro. I really Googled, I watched YouTube. It's really very basic math. If you bought something at $1, you bought 100 shares. If it goes up, say 2 cents, it goes up. What, $20, whatever like that with the math.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really basic, and they keep thinking it's more to it. Well, I tell them, when I say do your research, I mean research the company. What are they about? What are their earnings? What are they reporting? What do they have that's coming out? So they always feel like you're not telling them something. So I knew the basic math about it. But then when I researched more, that's when I was learning, okay, you know what? If a certain iPhone's coming out, Apple, they start driving. So I'm not really too much advanced with reading the chart, I call it, but I'm good enough. So I do it very simple. I do the very simple, bro. I buy the dip. I sell high when it goes to profit. I buy the dip. I sell when it goes into profit. I do the very simple method, bro. So day trading, which before I knew about it, day trading is when you're able to, because if you're trading stocks, you can't make multiple trades in a day if your account's not above 25K. So when you're above 25K, you can make unlimited amount of trades, and I got to day trading by doing regular stock trade. I was doing the regular, buying the dip, selling the profit. And one day, and on Robinhood, forget Robinhood. One day, and it told me, "Oh, you up?" I said, "Wow!" I said, "Okay." Then I Google what is a day trade. Oh, day trade is where you basically make money daily by trading your stock as much as possible. Well, no, as many times as you want. So day trading is something I picked up. I want to say on my own. I have friends who does it. I've asked them advice. Um, it's something I picked up out of the red lot, man.
Oh yeah,
Just do it myself, and it seemed lucrative, and it's very. I don't like to use the word easy. It seemed very simple.
gotcha.
If you discipline yourself to, and I have my problem, why I went overboard. So it's very simple. So I learned it myself. You could say I learned by doing my own research, and it's really not that hard. And when you tell people that get my inbox, oh, how did you make all that money? How'd you? I said, I said, we all went through if from elementary through high school. It's basic math. If you have 100 shares of this or 500 shares of this, as it goes up, you make more money. When I tell them do research, I mean research about the company, research about
Mm-hmm.
what you're buying. That's what I mean by doing research. So I'm not no financial advisor. I'm not no expert because I know more than you. Like, that's fine. I know people who know more than me who's never made what I made in the market. I can guarantee you that.
Mm-hmm.
I know people who knows way more. When I say way more, they could read the candle chart. They could dissect it. They could read a chart. They could write an essay about it. But the thing is, I'm not trying to brag. It's just that it's what works for me. I'm peaceful with it. I'm happy with it. I'm confined with what I'm doing. I'm comfortable being uncomfortable, knowing what I know. When I could know more, but I'm comfortable knowing what I know, being uncomfortable not knowing more. If you get what I mean. So that's
Of course, I
another.
get what you mean. Of course, I got what you mean. And so I'm gonna ask you that question. So I know we're gonna wrap up soon here, but what has been the maximum you make in one day on day trading?
The maximum I have to look. I want to say it's 20. But it was actually 3 weeks ago. The maximum I made was $28,378.01 was one day.
28,300 and something, right?
$78.
And one
Yeah,
cent. Like some people make that in a year, right?
true. But it was just I want to say it was my lucky day. But it was actually from Nike. From Nike, I bought option calls on Nike, and I did my research. And the funny thing, here's the funny thing: that day that I made that money. Um, I was on a pressure wash job with my buddy Scott. He helps me out all the time, and because I was only expected to make a quick flip, three K from that flip.
Mm-hmm.
But when they shut up and made that much money on Weeble, I was like, wow, bro. I was so happy. I kissed my buddy. I didn't kiss him on the lips. I hugged him and kissed him. He said, what's going on? I was jumping up my hand. I was jumping up, going crazy. And he like, what? He said, bro. He said, what? I hugged him and kissed him. He's like, hey, I said, bro, no homo. He said, I understand. He said, something good. I said, yeah, bro. So that day I said, hey, bro, I said, today, every job, all the jobs you do today, I'm giving you all the pay. Because I was so happy. I said, now let me give him a blessing. And I believe that day he made. That day I had booked pressure rod job for $1,060. So I said, hey, you can have all of it. I
Wow.
said, you can take it. I said, take it. I said, it's yours because I was just so happy. I said, let me give it back. So that was my best day, bro. And I had other day. I had the day where I made 7,500. I've had days where I hit big, but that was my biggest. So you never know. And here's a quick off subject. Let me back on that real quick.
It's good. It's good.
Remember when GameStop was spiking up crazy?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was almost a half a millionaire, bro. It still hurts to this day. I had I forgot. I had over 400 shares of not 400, probably more than that. I had GameStop at $12.74
Wow.
when I had it, and then my buddies because I bought I think I bought like 470 something shares of GameStop, and then no I like after that back probably more than that. It was way more than that because I know I bought like $12,000 anyway. Then when GameStop peaked, everybody, my buddies like, yo, they're blowing my phone because I was day trading.
Mm-hmm.
I think I made like 1,100 bucks that day with it because I sold it, and then GameStop spiking. Everybody, my buddies call, yo, remember you bought a whole bunch of GameStop? Then I blow my phone. I'm just there like I'm hurt. I'm trying to force myself to cry. I'm like, yo, you still got it? Yo, Saget, I know you live, bro. You're not picking up your phone because you're eating right now. I'm sitting there like, I'm just. I had my phone on do not disturb airplane mode because I was so hurt. I'm like, wow, Saget, you sold. Like, what did I sell? I'm questioning myself. Why did I sell? Why did I sell? Why did I sell? Why did I sell? But it is what it is. And that actually happened 3 times with 3 different stocks.
Wow.
Had I had GameStop, bro, I would have been up five. I did the math. $556,000, bro. I'm not even mad at what it is.
I mean, it's part of the game. It's part of the game. That's how the game played. That's crazy.
Short-term memory, man. I call it short-term memory. I lost quick. I forgot about it real quick.
But it seems like you're having a lot of fun with day trading, which is pretty cool, man. Very, very cool. And guys, listen, you listen to this video here. Make sure you show some love to Saget, young man, African-American, Haitian man, running his own business. Let's show some love. If make sure you share this video with everybody because a lot of people they need to hear conversation like that. So it doesn't take a lot to actually move. You just have to make sure that you understand that you are able to move. And sometimes just a couple words Saget say somebody can hear it, and it makes the whole difference. So make sure you share this video So now, I know besides your pressure washing, you actually do trimming as well, like
Tree cutting.
tree
Tree cutting,
cutting.
yeah. Yes.
Talk to us just a little bit about that aspect, because a lot of people
Um,
have some big old trees in the backyard. Maybe they may want it in the Central Florida area. Call Saget, okay, best watch guy.
uh, but that one is on complete tree cutting services. I kind of started out with that too fast,
Hmm.
but I'm not mad. But here's the funny thing. So I've done a few jobs. So one day I was cutting a palm tree and I'm doing it the old school way, climbing up with the rope. And I'm like, wow, man, I'm about to have a kid. If I fall, there's no way I live. And with buying the house, I've already have so much invested, money towards the house. So I really couldn't spend money. I can't really gamble much on buying equipment as much as I did for Best Watch guys for the tree cutting.
Hmm.
So I slowed down with that, but I found another way. So now what I do now, I still get tree cutting jobs. I don't post on that page a lot because what I do is I subcontract it. So now
Mm.
I don't do any of the work. So if I get a job, I have a group of guys. So no offense to anybody, I have a group. These guys I know, my Mexican buddies. When I said, man, they can cut a tree, a huge tree in less than 3 hours, bro. They'll cut it up, haul it away before you even blink. So what I do is now, whenever I get jobs that I can't do, because I'm still gonna go buy my equipment for down the line once my house, I give them that big chunk of money, the rest of what they needed. I'm gonna invest in buying a bucket truck so I could be more accurate and safe and stuff like that. But what I do now is I subcontract it. So I have the
Good.
LLC for it. I have the license. I have the insurance, obviously. But what I do now is all I do is I subcontract it. So now
Mm.
I it doesn't take what I've learned, bro. Now being out there as an entrepreneur, bro. It doesn't take much to make income, bro. Not at all. You could literally go to the Dollar Tree, buy a bucket, buy a couple rags, buy Dun Dish soap. Right there, you might have spent $20 and do an LLC for 160, get your load of paper, and start cleaning windows if you want to. Then you got to build up your clients, advertise and marketing. But
Hmm.
but with complete tree cutting services, it's not done yet because I still do work on it. I subcontract it, bro. I subcontract a lot of work, a lot of stuff through it. If it's something I can do myself, I'll go out and do it. But I subcontract it. People hit me up on Facebook Market for my ads. Hey, can you come cut the street? And if no, I can't do it. I probably can do it. I don't want the head. I said, you know what? Let me call my buddies and then see how much they'll do. And then they already know, hey, if we're doing this job for complete tree cutting services, Saget, we know he needs a cut. So then they'll go out and do an estimate. If they can't, they say, hey, you do the estimate. But then so like I said, I subcontract it
Okay.
easy.
Well, I
So
mean
it's still bring income.
hey, it brings income. The whole thing is you have an opportunity to do extra work. You subcontract another team. They go out here and do it, and they do quality job because they're representing you. And guess what? You still get a cut. And let me tell you, man, uh, it's like you just said it. It doesn't take much. Let's just say right now, right? Think about this example. Papa God come with like different things off his head. Say you're watching this right now. You live in a neighborhood, and the neighborhood you have, I don't know, 200 houses on there. Think about this. You go to every single neighbors and say, hey, for the next 4 weeks, we're going to actually put wash all the pavement, all the driveways. Um, we're gonna have a company come out, and the more people we have that sign up, the less money it will be for each homeowners. So you go
Exactly.
through your neighborhood, and guess what? You call Sage, and you can even maybe subcontracted with Sage, meaning that let's just say the whole deal gonna be 3 grand, right? And then Sage is ready to do it for maybe 2,500 because you give him so many business, so much services. He's ready to actually give that as a referral. Guess what? It's very simple to make an extra couple $100 in America, guys, and
Very
legal.
simple. Like I even told my buddy once, I said, bro, if you want to make money, I said, if you can literally just make an LLC. Just make an LLC. If you want to get insurance, that's up to you. Because if you're gonna be subcontracting it, that's different. Unless now on the legal aspect, if you want your business name on the invoice, then that's different. You're gonna need insurance.
Yep.
Because then and then you want to make sure the guy that you subcontracted to has insurance. I said, but you could literally, man, say you want to start a painting business, just make the LLC and then get paint jobs and just find your local painter. If you have a buddy or anybody find your local painter and just subcontract it. You could basically you're working for not say working for them, you're working for yourself. So you're going out, you're obtaining job. You could do your own door hangers, going up putting signs, whatever you want to do to get those jobs, and you could just get the job and just just pass it right along to them. You can make all kinds of LLCs if you want to, just as long as if you want to find somebody that's trustworthy, gives good quality, and just subcontract it to them at the end of the day. It's simple as that.
It's very
So
simple. Very simple. And by the way, I know we're wrapping up soon. You can actually put question in the comment, and somebody actually asked a question, say, how much for a driveway? Like how much? So I think Sajay probably gonna go in and answer you. But anyway, if you do have question, you can actually ask the question in the comment, and after the show, he'll go ahead and actually reach out to anybody who need help. Share this video. But anyway, before we get out of here, I just want to ask you one last question, right? So people are they understand the start now. They know where you're from, what you used to do, where you used to work, the activities you used to do. They know the transition you went through, the mindset through going from employee to business individual, and they know actually what you have going on right now, what your day look like, and everything and so on. Now, what is best watch guy 5 to 10 years from now? Like 5 to 10 years from now, where can we expect to see this company?
corporation. No,
Corporation.
franchise. Because man, my good people close to me, my good buddies know, my fiance, my family knows, everybody knows. I'm 30 now. My goal is to lead the field at the age of 33.
Wow.
33. I want to just answer phone calls and make things happen. Because my ultimate goal, 5, even 3 years, like I have upcoming partners or partners right now. Speaking of, we just got to get a few things settled out. It's to franchise it. That's really the main goal. To where I'm not trying to really come in, not trying to sell the pressure wash service anymore. I'm really selling not selling the business at all. That's not going to happen. It's really to franchise it, where I'm franchising the business. Because I used to live in Vegas. I plan on opening up one out there. So really, it's just to franchise it, man. Really get everything going, and I'm very sure it's gonna work because I already have two guys themselves that approached me out of the red light, just came up to me and then just brought up the idea to me. I knew I was gonna do it, but when one guy came up, he said one guy even had his own capital. He said, "Hey," and I know he does pretty well.
Hmm.
He could have easily when I say, "Hey," I could just call it Parker pressure washing. But he said, "Hey, I've been watching your path. I've seen everything, but most guys, they want to put the product sites. I've been watching everything. I want to come under the name, you know, what fees were you charging? What is it going to be like? Because I want to be a franchise owner of Best Watch Guy. Okay, that's perfect. So two guys already came up to me about it. So that's really the goal. Really,
That's
five
pretty cool.
five years from now, just franchise it out. Get everything going where I have at least one in each state.
One in each state.
Just one. I don't need much, Jesus. Give me one. That's
One
it.
in each state.
You
You'll
know,
be
man.
good. So as you're watching this, you see, you want to actually participate in being a franchise owner. Guess what? Go ahead and hit Sajay up, and definitely he'll keep you up to date on what he got going on. But now, I always ask my guys and my girls that comes to the show, I want you to close it. Somebody who's watching this right now and they listen to everything you say. They probably enjoying the show. They probably doing all that great stuff. What is the last message you want to let people go with? Like, what is that last message to anybody who wants to become an entrepreneur, or to anybody who has a job, who want to do the transition or whatever? What is your last message to the audience right now, brother?
Oh, that's a tough one. You didn't prepare me for that one, but I'm a Kobe Bryant step back pivot. Make something out of nothing. And not LeBron try to and lose the ball and
Hey,
ball go out of bounds
don't
or
let
pass the.
Allen hear you. Don't let Allen hear you.
You gotta hear me, man. And I'm not gonna pass the ball to nobody. To hit my last shot for me. So as I'm, you know, as I'm trying to get everybody to get them out of the subjects. Last thing I would say is really, man, is again, really, it's don't always think you have to be. This is for me, but then they could apply it to themselves. Let me give you an example. Some people always think they have to be what the people who are successful are doing to be that. For example, LeBron James, he plays basketball, right? He's a professional basketball player. He plays basketball, but only difference is that he makes millions. I play basketball, right? You got what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Only difference is I don't get paid for it. So you categorize yourself whatever you want to categorize yourself. Now, if you needed to make funds, go for it. So basically, what I'm saying is, I mean, I know that's what really, doesn't really quite make mesh well and make
No,
sense,
it does. It
but
does.
overall, okay, cool. So basically, like I said, back to what I was saying, plan your work and work your plan is you don't have to. I get a I get a pleasure, not pleasure. I get a pleasure out of just finish. There you go, finish. See things through, finish through. My brother-in-law, before he passed away, he told me one time a story about how he was failing one of his classes in college. He said he could have easily just dropped out and take it over again. He said the thing was finish. He said finish. He said even if you're failing, finish the process. Because when you go back to do the same thing again, you could pick up on clues. So just finish. So whether I succeed or not, for me, if best God didn't succeed, I was still gonna be happy regardless. Because my thing is the way I pray to be okay with the outcome if it doesn't work. Some people think, oh, it's the end if this doesn't work. Okay, best way I'll just go get another warehouse job. Go back to retail, go get another management job. So really it's be okay and prepare yourself for if you don't fail. Just do it anyway. Go for it. Because you fail when you don't do it. And if you do it, you're not successful as you want it. You're still successful because the thing is you went through it. Because before you go, if I went out and spent all the money that I did on my setup, my van, I have a second truck because I crashed my van, my water pump, my trailer, everything, the business license. If I didn't get as many customers as I wanted, I still did what I was supposed to do. I still got a pressure wash business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, the output of it wasn't how I wanted probably, but I still accomplished my goal. I did what I said I was going to do. So just my thing is just finish.
Whatever
Even
you
when you're
start,
losing,
just finish.
finish, finish, because you never know what the end result might be. You never know what kind of confidence you might gain from finishing. Like, oh man, I lost. It wasn't that bad of a loss. Oh man, you know what? I lost. I'll be okay losing like this again.
There you go.
So
which
finish.
which makes sense, man. Which makes sense. Well, let me tell you, man. It was a pleasure having you on the show. We've been talking for almost an hour here. I feel like we just got started. You know. So for everybody who wanna reach out to Sage, how do people get to you, man?
To me, best watch guys. I don't care about me. I care about best watch guys, bro.
How do
um,
people find Best Watch Guy?
oh man, just Google us.
Google
If you
us.
Google us, you find a number. Google us, you'll find a website, Instagram, Facebook. Just Google us. Google Best Watch Guys, you'll find us. If you need a
Alongside with all
service,
the great reviews.
all great reviews. Just Google us. Google.
All right,
No,
man.
no.
It was a pleasure. Make sure everybody share this video. Make sure everybody show Sajay some love here. It was a pleasure having you on tonight, my friend. Until next time, I'm sure this is not the last time we're gonna see you, but have a blessed evening and God bless you, brother.
And thank you so much for having me, James. I appreciate you so much. Have a blessed one, bro.
Of course. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye.